Welcome back to this second module on our course entitled Python for Beginners. Today we are going to cover simple print statement and comments in Python, basic data types in Python. Then we'll go further to look at variables in Python. Okay, let's head over to our text editor VS Code. VS Code. Okay, this is our VS Code. Go and enter a new file. Start a new empty file. On title 1, we save it by pressing Command S or Control S on PC or Command S on Mac. Go to Files, Save. This is a shortcut. So once you save it as a file, save it. Before that, we'll create a folder where we're going to save all of our programs for this module. We will create a folder named Module 2. New folder. I'll rename it Module 2. In our Module 2, we are going to save our first program. I will name it hello.py. Since all our Python code or Python files should be with the extension .py, we save it. Okay, so here we can write our Python code. Let's start by printing the famous hello world statement. Print hello world. So this is our printing statement to print hello world to our terminal or to our screen. Print hello in quotes. We can run our code here. We'll run. Enlarge the terminal. Congratulations, you just printed your first Python code or a Python program, hello world, to the screen. You can do some changes. Let me add the little emoji here to make it more visible. Run the code. This is the hello world emoji on our screen. From here, we can go down and print another statement. Print I am learning Python for beginners. Let's go ahead and print hello world, I am learning Python for beginners. It is going quite smoothly. Copy this, Ctrl C or Command C, Ctrl V or Command V on Mac. Change this to my name is root. Can run code. Hello world, I'm Python for beginners. My name is root. Here I did some mistake. So on the right, I'm learning Python. Sorry about that. I'm learning Python for beginners. Just want to quote again once more. On our terminal, hello world, I'm learning Python for beginners. My name is root. There is a shortcut to run our code, not by going to this running button here. We can just use the shortcut Ctrl Alt N and we run our code. So whenever we want to run our code subsequently, we are going to just press Command or Control Alt N on our PC. So these are the basic printing statement in Python. Let me print do you love learning Python? Sorry about that. Python. Do you love learning Python? Control Alt N. It says, do you love learning Python? Okay, the basic printing statement are good. Okay, after using the print function to print simple statement on our screen, let's bring this module a little bit further by using comments. As any other programming language, commenting your code makes it readable and easy to understand. So imagine you're working on a project of around 3,000 to 5,000 lines of code. If you don't comment your code, later on future once you come, you won't know what a particular block of code does. So let's add comments of our code. In Python, basically there are two ways of adding comments, either a single line comment or a multi-line comment. Let's start by a single line comment. To write a single line comment, we prefix the text with a hashtag, then the comment. Let me say this is a comment. This is a comment, followed by this is another comment. That continues here. Let's run our code. Control Alt N. You see in our terminal we have hello world. I'm learning Python for beginners. My name is Ruth. Do you love learning Python? But we don't have these two lines because they are comments. They are comment because hashtag preceded the text. So Python interpreted that as a comment and then actually print it on the screen. Okay. Let's go now to multi-line comments. Let's first clean our terminal. Clear. On the multi-line comment, precede the text with this and say this is a multi-line comment. Continues here. Whatever that. Continues here. Whatever. And here. And so on. You can keep adding your comment, but your comment needs to be very brief and short. So enclose the comment. Run the code. Still, the interpreter don't print this to the screen. Just print what is in the print function. Okay, let's bring it further by commenting one of these lines. Let's comment this. Since it's a single line, let's precede it with a hashtag, then we print it. So it prints, hello world, my name is Ruth. Do you love learning Python? And skip I am learning Python for beginners because a comment. So your comment needs to be very short and brief, very short and straight to the point. Don't try to explain what a block of code does, but just give a brief explanation. Okay, let's head on over to the next agenda for this course. Let's look at variables in Python. You can see variables as a container that contains anything you put in it. Declare variable A, assign a value 6, and variable B, and assign a value 12.5. In Python, you don't need to give the data type of the variable you are defining or you are declaring. Whenever you declare a variable in Python and assign a value to it, the variable automatically take the data types or the value I've assigned to it. Declare C and assign a string, say Joseph. So I've declared three variables: A, data type integer, define B, declare B, the data type a floating point number, and C with the data type string. So you can go on and add more variables. When declaring variables, the variable name should be meaningful. For example, if you are to meaningful, that is, it should reflect what is being stored in the variable, like score equal to 16.5. It just tells us that inside the variable score is keeping or holding the score. You can say name, say student's name, equals to Joseph. If the variable has more than one word, they should be linked with an underscore, like student mark equals to 70, and so on. Say student's age, equals to 34. So these are the base data types we have in Python. Okay, to bring together everything we have seen in this module so far, let me declare a variable stud name. Remember, the name of the variable should be meaningful. Stud name equals to Bobby. Stud age equals to 25. Stud mark equals to 15. So let's print this out. It's now a print statement. Format. I want to use a formatted text. Quote my name is into formatted text stud name comma stud age and I scored stud mark in my exams. Why not add comments to this? So the comment we can give for this first block should be declaring variables. Variables, c'est comment we'll run our code. So my name is Bobby. I'm 25 and I scored 15 in my exams. This brings us to the end of our model. Make sure you change the variable names and use different variable name and initialize them, printing different things on a screen. See you in the next model.